My name's Nathan Cancel. Welcome to Cancel's Kitchen. Today we're going to be making some beef tri-tips with a whiskey reduction sauce seasoned with Warrior Rub. The first thing I'm going to do to these tri-tips is trim a little bit of fat off the top. Next, I'm adding a layer of mustard. This is going to act as a binder. The flavor is not going to stay after this is cooked. And don't worry about that fat that I cut off. I'm going to freeze that and use that in burger later. For seasoning, we're going to start off with a layer of garlic powder. Now, we're going to open up a bag of Warrior Rub and hit this with a liberal coat. Now that these tri-tips are seasoned, it's time to get cooking. Today we will be cooking these tri-tips sous vide, which is going to involve us vacuum sealing them and placing them in a water bath for 2 hours. Everything's vacuum sealed and I got it set up in the sous vide. Now it's time to let it cook for 2 hours on 129. For the whiskey sauce, we're going to add 2/3 of a cup of brown sugar into a cold pan. To follow that, we're going to add 1/3 of a cup of soy sauce. Then we're going to add 1/4 of a cup of apple cider vinegar. Finally, we're going to add 1 cup of cheap whiskey. To that, you're just going to season it with a little bit of pepper and garlic to taste. We're going to let that get to a simmer, and once that happens, we're going to flambe it. Now that it's at a boil, we're going to hit it with a flame. We're going to let this burn until all the alcohol is gone. You're going to see that it's done once the flame stops. Our flame has died down, and now we're going to let this reduce for a little bit. Our tri-tips have finished cooking now, so we're going to remove them from the bag, and we'll take them out to the grill. Now we're going to give these guys a nice sear on the grill. Now that we got these guys seared off, we're going to have them rest. Now I'm going to place this in a square of aluminum foil. And rather than just crumpling it around, we're going to get a nice fold on here. And we're going to let these guys sit for a good 10 minutes. As a side dish, we're going to be having some mashed potatoes. I took the liberty of steaming these ahead of time in a pressure cooker. To this, we're going to add 1 stick of butter. Going to get that mashing. And add a little bit of heavy cream. Not that much. You just kind of go with your feelings on this one. Hit it with a little bit of milk. You might be wondering why both. Well, why not? Then we're going to do a little bit of garlic powder. Black pepper. and a little bit of onion salt. We're just gonna mash that around until everything is nice and creamy. That is a beautiful piece of meat. We'll lay it out on this board, and we can see that the grain is going this way. Kind of changes throughout it. We are gonna go against that. Now you're seeing we got a beautiful medium rare on there. That is a good piece of meat. Now, as the chef, I get to do a little taste test before everyone else. Let me tell you, that is one of the greatest things I've ever had. So, what do y'all think of the food today?
I think you done a good job putting her together right there.
All right, y'all, that's the video for today. Thank you for watching, and please subscribe. I'll hit you next week with a new one.